Good afternoon, kings and queens, gentlemen and ladies. This is Refined Rose back with another video. How many of us program our children early? Like to believe in Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy? I was programmed really early. Well, I wasn't programmed because I didn't believe it. First of all, it didn't make sense to me that a white man would come down a chimney that we didn't have in the hood. Yes, I grew up in the hood and we didn't have a chimney. So I would question that scenario of a Santa Claus coming down a chimney. And I was always told to believe. And the word believe has the word lie in there, L-I-E. And I learned that from another YouTuber. How is Santa Claus coming down a chimney and we're in the hood and we don't even have a chimney? It makes no sense to me whatsoever. So I questioned the story so much that it made my mother upset with me. So I wanted that baby skate so bad that I found in the top of the closet. Do y'all remember the baby skate? So I stopped letting her know that I knew that Santa Claus wasn't real. And the Tooth Fairy, it never did make any sense to me. Why would a Tooth Fairy want some nasty ass teeth out of somebody's mouth and they go to each child's house collecting teeth? So I used to get plenty of money underneath my pillow from the Tooth Fairy, even though that I didn't believe it. So I finally grew up and I had two beautiful boys. I taught my kids there's no Santa Claus, there's no Tooth Fairy. So when they grow up and went to school, they celebrated Christmas and drawing Santa Claus pictures. They would color the pictures and everything like they supposed to, and the kids would keep telling them like, hey, Santa's coming, Santa's coming, Santa's coming, and ask them, aren't you happy Santa's coming? Well, my oldest son, he was born June 10th, 1991. So he was being a kid basically. And he told this specific child, there's no such thing as Santa Claus. And a little child starts bawling in school crying because my son told him there was no Santa Claus. So I get a call from the teacher from the school, said, we understand that there's no Santa Claus, but we don't want your son telling the rest of the students that there is no Santa Claus. So the lie of Santa Claus is perpetuated in school systems. So I had to tell my son there's no Santa Claus. I mean, there is no Santa Claus, but to those kids, there is a Santa Claus. And even though that you know that Santa Claus is not real, don't tell other students that in school. So lies are perpetuated. So our society seems like it's built up on lies that we're perpetuating in the school. So I told them, don't tell them you know that the Tooth Fairy is not real. Just go along with the school curriculum. And I'll teach you the right way at home if you have any questions. So how many of us are programmed and we don't use any critical thinking, getting older, and as kids? Our parents are telling us Santa Claus is coming down a chimney. And for those of us that grew up in the hood, we don't even have a chimney, so none of that makes sense. So it's like they're trying to program us at a young age so we're all to think the same way in America. It's like critical thinking is not allowed. And it's like, my dad once told me, how did he put it? I'm trying to think how he put it. He said, one day it's going to be illegal to tell the truth. And it seems like we're heading in that direction. In church, my parents stopped dragging me to church at a young age because they could see how it was affecting me because I had too many why questions, stuff that just didn't make any sense to me and that nobody can answer. And they say, don't question it because your faith, you need to have faith the size of a mustard seed and just believe again. Well, how big is a mustard seed? To me, that didn't make any sense as a child. Well, how big is a mustard seed? And why can't I ask any questions? So they would start going to church on Sundays, and I was so happy. They'll leave me at home till eventually they stopped going, and we just had spiritual time at home. So how many of us force church on our children? Force Santa Claus down their throat instead of telling them the truth that, hey, it's mommy and daddy going out to buy those gifts. Or, hey, mommy and daddy really don't want those nasty teeth because we're going to throw them away. Or either we're going to put them in a photo album and save them for you when you get grown and you're not going to want those nasty teeth. I'm just saying, we just perpetuate a lie over and over again. If you say it over and over again, maybe people will believe it. Maybe it will become the truth. Well, That's all I have for today, kings and queens, gentlemen and ladies. And I hope your day is going well. Refined Rose is about to get off this YouTube for now. Bye for now.